Thank you, Mrs. Keel and Mr. Rotundo, for the pre-ceremony concert provided by the Shawnee Treble Choir and the Shawnee Band. At this time, I would ask the senior members of the Shawnee Choral Group to come up to the risers. And at this time, I would ask we all please stand for the national anthem directed by Mr. Robert Jobert.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matthew Campbell, and I'm proud to be principal of Shawnee High School. I'd like to welcome from the Lenape Regional High School District, the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Heather Zanakis. From our Lenape Regional Board of Education, from Medford Lakes, Mr. Lee. From Medford Township, Mr. Stowe and Mrs. Levis. Parents and guardians, families and friends, members of the Shawnee staff, and of course the class of 2025. I'd like to welcome you all to the Lenape Regional High School District at Shawnee for tonight's commencement ceremony for Shawnee High School's class of 2025. So as I stand here today and reflect on your time at Shawnee, I'm filled with tremendous pride and admiration. You, the class of 2025, have left a legacy that will not soon be forgotten. You've been a class defined not by your many achievements, but by your character, your kindness, and your unwavering commitment to excellence, whether it was in the classroom, on the athletic field, on the stage, or in the hallways. You consistently set the bar high. But what made you truly remarkable was not just what you did, it was how you did it. You showed integrity when it would have been easier not to. You pushed through challenges with determination. You approached every opportunity with heart. You led the building by example, not because somebody gave you a title, but because you understood that real leadership comes through actions. You encouraged your classmates, you stood up for what was right, you lifted others up, and in doing so, you made Shawnee a better place for everyone. Because of you, our school is more inclusive, more connected, and more spirited. You have helped shape a culture where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Now, as you prepare to the next chapter in your lives, I encourage you to carry on with the lessons you've learned, the friendships you built, and the pride that becomes part of being something special. Continue to inspire, continue to achieve, and once again, always remember, once a renegade, always a renegade. A couple thank yous before I go. First, to the teachers and staff of Shawnee High School, Medford Township, and Medford Lake School Districts. Your guidance and expertise has played an instrumental role in the success of the class of 2025 over the past 12 years that has been truly remarkable. So can I ask all the educators that are here with us tonight, no matter what your district, to please stand and be recognized for all the amazing work that you do. And finally, to the parents and guardians, thank you for your endless work and a job well done raising the class of 2025. So I will now ask the senior class to please stand, and let's give a round of applause to the teachers and parents that all that they have done for you for the past 18 years. Thank you very much. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the president of the class of 2025, Miss Amelia Franken.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for that wonderful introduction. You cannot be great without the greatness of others. Good evening, Board of Education members, faculty, staff, administration, friends, family, and graduates. Each of the 350 individuals who sit before me played an integral role in shaping our Shawnee experience. Whether you realize it or not, I know just about every one of your names because each of you added something special to this class. There have been countless times where you could catch me bragging about my fellow peers or talking about how lucky I am to have them by my side. I mean, how cool is it that we have people going off to amazing colleges, aviary schools, multiple military branches, a plethora of careers and trades, and so much more. For such a profound group of people, it is an honor that I have carried the title of being your president for the past 4 years. Thank you, 2025, for trusting me, for helping me, and for being exactly who you are. For who you are is great, and your greatness shaped my own. You cannot be great without the greatness of others. Eagles Super Bowl winning coach Nick Sirianni coined that saying as his own after leading the underdog Eagles to yet another Super Bowl victory this year. Yep. Go Birds, baby. Although the team was doubted, they absolutely crushed the Kansas City Chiefs in the big game. That's the funny thing about doubt. If treated properly, it aerates the soil for success. I personally struggled with doubters in my early years. Many of you may or may not know this, but I grew up with a different last name. I have an abusive biological father who tormented the custody process, doing whatever he could to strip away the beautiful life that my mother and adoptive father were trying to build for my sister and me. The burdens of my adolescence caused me to struggle as a little girl. My early teachers thought I would lack future success. I was much less outgoing in my youth, so my relationships were a little sparse, and my sense of ambition was hindered by the opinions of others. You too may have experienced a sense of doubt in your life. Am I really able to pass this test? Did I give them the right advice as their parent? Did I teach my lesson well enough? In an age of overly blunt opinions that can be shared to the world by the tap of a finger, it often proves difficult to intercept these thoughts. Whether it comes from within or tackles us from an outside source, doubt knows no bounds. I wouldn't have earned my presidency if I hadn't been inspired by the personability of my friends and peers. I wouldn't have excelled academically if my teachers didn't stay with me after school after hours from 2:27 p.m. each day. I wouldn't have gotten into Harvard without my mother sacrificing everything to give me opportunity in life, as well as my adoptive father and my sister Olivia. I had to give a quick shout out because I would not be standing here without those three individuals today. And most importantly, I would not have been able to discover my ability to overcome doubt without meeting all of you. One of our greatest endeavors is to, in fact, discover our own greatness, but not only for our own benefit. This next chapter of our lives is often referred to as entering the real world. And as the next generation, we're told to change it. The world of terror and the world of beauty. Go out and change the world, they say. Yikes, that sounds big. However, we often stigmatize these three words of encouragement, for changing the world does not always require a solution for world peace, a drastic change in global policy, or the finally discovered cure for the common cold. Instead, it requires you to overcome your doubts and to share your personal greatness with the world. For each of us who employ that power will slowly, yet certainly, make our mark on not the world, but more importantly, the people who inhabit it. This past year was the championship year for the Eagles, yet it was only their second victory in 93 seasons as a team, meaning that for 91 out of those 93 seasons, they hadn't come out victorious. Nonetheless, they still had loyal fans who persisted, diehards who watched loss after gruesome and boring loss. Similarly, this class has faced numerous hardships together. From navigating the pandemic from middle school on to experiencing all the firsts of high school together, our greatness was defined in our ability to uplift each other. Even if you feel that you have yet to discover the community who allows you to thrive and exceed expectations, know that our journey is just getting started, and we have yet to meet the majority of people who will fill the hours of our lives. When we all do reach the level of self-understanding that accounts for our own greatness, our discovery is in service to those who have yet to find their way to those sweet championship moments. When you uncover that sense of greatness, or maybe you already have, you mustn't withhold it from others if you wish to help the greater good of this world. What will you do with it? Who will you lift up? Who needs your help? Through truth, collaboration, understanding, and ambition, we have the power to use our greatness to finally change this world. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Your friend, Amelia Franken. I would like to now introduce Mrs. DiNatale, who will be recognizing my fellow graduates who have earned straight A's over 4 years and the local awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Good evening. It is now my pleasure to announce the students receiving special recognition for the tremendous achievement of having A's on every report card for each class for all 4 years at Shawnee High School. Please stand as I read your name. These students are Madeline Crane, James de Blasi. Emily Halt. William Kim. Janica Natalini. Anthony Orphanus. Rhiannon Sullivan. And Elizabeth Vigorita. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one big last round of applause for our students who have earned the very impressive honor of having straight A's over 4 years. Congratulations. You may be seated. We are grateful for the support shown by our community in supporting the continuing education of our students. In order to recognize the numerous local awards and scholarships, we ask for our award winners to stand at this time. More than 165 local award winners this year will benefit from over $125,000 in generous donations that will directly assist our graduates in pursuing their continuing education. Please refer to the program where you will find a complete list of the awards and recipients. On behalf of the Lenape Regional High School District, I would like to thank all of our local sponsors for their continued support of our students. At this time, please give a big round of applause and congratulations to all of our local award scholarship winners. You may be seated. It is now my honor and a distinct privilege to introduce Class of 2025 student speaker, James de Blasi.
Good evening, everybody. Recently, I went through all of my artwork from elementary school, and one thing I noticed was that I always drew the sun in the top corner of the page. And whether it was the right or left side, I bet you all did the same thing too. I'm not sure who told us that we had to draw up there, but for some reason, we were certain. However, one day, and I'm not sure when, but one day we realized that the sun could be anywhere in our sky. It could be in the middle, shining brightly on a beautiful summer day, or kissing the horizon and changing the sky into a magnificent gradient of pinks and oranges. Some days even, it's covered by clouds like it's not there at all. While it may seem insignificant in the grand scope of our lives, this subtle change came because we adapted our perspectives based on new information we encountered. As we go about our lives, we are constantly exposed to new experiences and information that challenge our beliefs and cause us to adapt. This process is encoded in our DNA, and it is exactly what brought us to where we are right now. When we acknowledge this new information, our understanding continues to develop, and we gain a more complete sense of what life truly is. Our whole lives, we will constantly be faced with different thoughts and perspectives that may feel wrong at first, but we must learn that a key to life is knowing that different and wrong are not the same. Part of my realization of this concept came from the way my teachers taught art. For most of our lives, school is about objectivity, especially in our early years. Teach what is certifiably true and how we know why. But art, however, if taught correctly, is an exception to this rule. Sure, we're taught about different principles in color theory, but they were taught as tools to aid in our creative exploration of our world. When we critiqued, we never talked about what was wrong, but rather why we created as we did, what the exigence and ideas were behind the piece. Now, this discussion, while abundant in my art studio, is something that we will all go through eventually, whether it's at work, in further schooling, or in our relationships. Everyone, and I mean everyone, will be exposed to different perspectives and ideas. So learning how to discuss these differences in a polite and constructive manner will not just allow for growth, it will cultivate it. You will even notice that not just your thoughts will change, but you will change too. That's because the purpose of critiques should never be just about adding depth to whatever we're discussing, but adding depth to ourselves. Because when it is done with the right intentions, we will slowly add pieces of others into ourselves. The purpose is not about adding depth to whatever we're discussing, but depth to ourselves. Because when it's done right, we slowly add pieces of others into ourselves. So, why tell you all about this now? Well, in hopefully less than 40 minutes, we'll see, we will all toss our caps into the sky, signifying the end of a great venture together. However, it will also mark the beginning of a new chapter of our lives. And for many of us, we will be doing something new with new people for the first time in a long time. Through this, we'll be exposed to many different people with different backgrounds, experiences, and ideologies as our own. There will be differences that you see in others, and there'll be some that others see in you. Some of you may even meet people who think you're in a cult, just because you tried explaining what a flu group is. That's why it's important to remember that they're going through the same learning process as you are, and that as we learn more about our peers, we must continue to adapt our view on life and keep up with our ever-changing world. 20 years from now, we will all have different lives, different definitions of success, and different perspectives, as we will all have been exposed to different yet valuable experiences. But that's the beautiful thing about life. There's no correct way to live it, just as there's no correct place to put the sun. So, to the class of 2025, I hope you all find your spot. It is now my pleasure to call Mr. Campbell back to the podium to give special recognition to our classmates who are entering the armed services. Thank you.
Thank you, James. It is now my distinct pleasure to recognize the students entering the armed services upon graduation. When I call your name, please stand. These students are Gavin Bystricki, U.S. Air Force. Justin Davenport, U.S. Air Force. Lucas Estevez, West Point. Nicholas Mickelwright, ROTC, Virginia Tech. Riley Morris, U.S. Army. Kingston Potter, U.S. Marine Corps. Alexander Warren, United States Coast Guard. And at this time, I would ask all current and former members of the armed services, please stand so we can honor and recognize your service to the country. So please join me in a big round of applause for all these students and all the men and women for serving our country, past and present. We salute you. I would like now to call Mrs. Dina Talley back to the podium to recognize our dual diploma recipient.
At this time, I am proud to announce that the following student, in addition to fulfilling all of the requirements for a high school diploma, persevered above and beyond in order to simultaneously accomplish and fulfill all of the requirements for a collegiate associate's degree. Congratulations to Amelia Gallagher. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next student speaker, Taylor O'Brien.
Thank you. Has anyone here ever looked at the clock and noticed it was 11:11 and made a wish? I know that for me, wishes have changed throughout every stage of my life. When I was 6, I wished for a new Barbie doll to add to my hot pink dream house. When I was 13, I wished for COVID to end so I could return to school and see my friends. However, when I turned 18 this year, I found myself for the first time unsure of what I wanted to wish for. I always had a goal: getting great grades for college, campaigning for a leadership role, working hard at practice to win a race. Suddenly, not knowing what I wanted to do next scared me. But after feeling this sense of uncertainty, I opened my mind and came to the realization that all I wanted to wish for was to trust the process. Now, I know people joke about this phrase, especially Sixer fans. I believe it works for us. For me, in the face of uncertainty, I look to my background in engineering. I've been taught to think outside the box, look at all the angles, and consider the big picture. I feel with this mindset, I'm now able to see the connections between everything. Realize that the inevitability of change is not something to fear, but rather something to embrace. To help us all view this year from this perspective, I want us to think of our high school journey in terms of angel numbers. Angel numbers are numerical values believed to hold spiritual connections and significance in the universe. To me, 2025 holds that same value and truly reflects our growth as students, athletes, classmates, and friends. To start, let's go way back. We began our freshman year representing the first 2 in 2025. That number holds the welcoming attitudes of positive harmony and energy. As freshmen, we had to embrace the new opportunities and experiences Shawnee had to offer us. In sports, we embraced training schedules and team commitments. In classes, we embraced new curriculums and teachers. And in our social lives, we embraced the chance to meet new friends and build relationships. No matter where we came from or what we did, we came together under that big blue S and started forming the bonds of our class. Then came our sophomore year, symbolized by the 0 in 2025. That 0 holds the connection of the divine spirits and evolution of individuals. After meeting new friends our freshman year, we began to connect even more, not just with each other, but as a class. We weren't just students anymore, we were becoming a unit. Meeting people of similar interests as us and embracing traditions like homecoming, reindeer games, and renegames got us more involved in the extracurriculars. We grew from being the new kids into the future role models of our school. Next was the second 2 in 2025, our junior year. This was the year we began looking ahead, visiting colleges, and planning our futures. That same 2 still holds the welcoming attitudes and positive harmonies and energies, but now on a much bigger scale. Some of us even began committing to schools and careers, making everything feel real as we approached the end to our high school careers. This was the year we truly supported one another, celebrating each other's achievements as our future foundations were being laid. And finally, here we are, our senior year, 2025. This number has been with us all along. It's at the end of our emails, on our student IDs, and on every college and job application we submitted. This year, 2025 ends in a 5, a number that holds power, that represents major life changes, new beginnings, and new opportunities. Everything we have worked toward has led us to this moment, and the dedication and drive that have brought us here will continue to carry us forward. Just like the quote, "What's meant to be will be," trees lose their leaves to survive the winter. People change jobs to find ones that truly make them happy. We meet new people to form new relationships. And today, we are here to celebrate all that we have accomplished and prepare ourselves for what lies ahead. No matter where life takes us, our careers, our colleges, our jobs, we will always share the influences of Shawnee, this class, and this year. I am forever grateful to have been a part of truly an amazing group of bright, passionate individuals who have made my high school years more meaningful than I ever could have imagined. The support and friendships I have made are ones that will carry with me for years to come, and the lessons I have learned will stay with me throughout my future endeavors. I wish the best for all my peers and want to thank my family, friends, teachers, coaches, and advisors for everything that you have given me. These are memories I will never forget, and I know that for years to come, when I see 11:11 on the clock or hear reference to the class of 2025, I will make a wish not just for myself, but for all of you and the future of Shawnee. I will wish that we all not only find happiness, but that we stay faithful in trusting the process of our own paths, knowing that they will lead us exactly where we are meant to be. Thank you. Now, I have the honor of welcoming Miss Heather Zanakis, Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the Lenape Regional High School District, who will recognize Shawnee High School Class of 2025. Thank you.
Good evening. I am pleased to represent the Lenape Regional High School District Administration tonight to present the class of 2025. Tonight, we celebrate the culmination of public education that started many of the 2025 graduates when they entered kindergarten in Medford Township or Medford Lakes 13 years ago. Community leaders, Board of Education members, administrators, and teachers from the sending districts and the Lenape Regional High School District have come together to celebrate this once-in-a-lifetime occasion for our graduates. Graduates, congratulations, you have made it. You have met another milestone in your life, a very significant one, graduation from Shawnee High School. From the time you first entered the doors of Shawnee High School, many of you as freshmen, you may have wondered what it would be like 4 years later to sit on this field as seniors with your fellow classmates, and here you are now. I urge you to take the lessons that you have learned from your time spent at Shawnee High School, both inside and outside of the classroom, reflect on what was and is important to you as a person, and let your actions reflect those guiding principles as you become contributing members of society now as a graduate from Shawnee High School. Now, in my official capacity as the Lenape Regional High School District Administrator, I hereby certify to the Lenape Regional High School District Board of Education that the collective members of the Shawnee High School graduating class of 2025 have fulfilled all of the requirements prescribed by the state of New Jersey and the local Board of Education. Further, that at this time they have earned the right to be awarded a Shawnee High School diploma. Board of Education members and guests, it is my honor to present the members of the Shawnee High School Class of 2025. We have a tradition of having two outstanding seniors receive their diplomas first, so they may read the names of their fellow graduates. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our presenters from Shawnee High School's class of 2025. I present Casey Abbott, and Sakaya Alston Horsley. Casey and Sakaya will now be announcing the names of their fellow graduates as they receive their diplomas. Congratulations to all the graduates.
Good evening. It is our distinct honor to announce the names of Shawnee High School's class of 2025. Jaden Aronson. Caroline Roberta Adler. Christopher Lee Aarons. Carla R. Androli. Anthony Michael Anselmo. Monica Rosangela Argueta Pedroza. Simone Jillian Arking. Taylor Askew. Mackenzie Patricia Baffia. Noelle Elizabeth Ballman. Angelo Barco Estevez. Leo Christopher Basso. Ali N. Batmaz. Caitlin R. Boblitz. Kevin Bauman. Jorge Bautista. Jamie Thomas Beal. Aiden Beck. Jordan Beckwith. Paul Norman Beacott V. Mackenzie L. Bellet. Isabella Marie Bells. Nina Belita Bencivenga.
Simon Joseph Bernhardt. Ava Rose Billen. Michael Stephen Billen. Madeline Jean Bingham. Johanna Marie Blayhut. Gabriel Stephan Bosch. Elena Bonfrisco. Mackenzie Haley Borby. Gabrielle Isabella Bosco. Talon Daniel Bossert. Finnegan Patrick Bracken. Sophia Alejandra Bradley. Connor J. Breen. Sophia Carol Brodecki. Catherine Nicole Brooks. Leah M. Berchansky. Kevin Bryson. Jaden Joseph Butler. Gavin A. Bystricky. Anthony James Carabasi. Melissa J. Carpenter. Sarah Anna Carsquello. Joey Scott Catana. Elena M. Catani.
Jacqueline Shimolinsky. William Charles Christensen. Paige Klein. Jamie Grace Columbus. Madeline V. Conlon. David Alexander Conti. Reed Thomas Benjamin Cooper. Elena Catone. Madeline Elizabeth Crane. Madison Crowley. Grace Olivia Kalari. Michael James Curran. Thomas Cusack. Sandra Elizabeth Cutbush. L. Savetnich. Brian Michael Sizik. Sienna D'Alessandro. Natalie Rose D'Angelo. Julia Dagny. Sabrina Ray Damiani. Abby Davidson. Shane Wesley Davies. Cadence A. Davis. Layla Del Rossi.
Eva Lily DeMarco. Mia Yi DePetris. Cecilia DeRoyan. James DeBlasi. Salvatore DeCavallucci. Adriana DeEva. Kayla Mary Dilks. Brody Adam Dillick. Derek Ryan DePerna. Natalie May Ditzel. Alyssa Mary Donegan. Julia Noel Donegan. Michael Patrick Dowd. Erin Rose Doyle. Shane Patrick Edwardson. Eden Rose Ale. Hannah Loren Albertson. Nadav Alan Ebenecker. Lucas Roy Estevez. Timothy Fawcett Jr. Madison Ray Feitner. Morgan Elizabeth Feitner. Coda Bell Fetla. Allison Rebecca Fetterman.
Natalie C. Fitzgerald. Aloysius Leo Fitzpatrick, Brenna Marie Fitzpatrick, Grayson Fleckenstein, Rose Anna Marie Foster, Amelia Estee Franken, Isabel Franklin, Ryan Fraticelli, Andrew Modesto Fuente Jr., Madison R. Fuente, Matthew Lawrence Gagliardi, Amelia G. Gallagher, Damon Geraci, Crystal Ann Giardina, Jolie Noel Giquinto, Cassie Lynn Gonzalez, David Alexander Gonzalez, Lorenzo Gordon, Luke Alexei Grabowski, Mason Jacob Grabowski, Grace Elizabeth Gravenstein, Allison Green, Ava Greer, Justin W. Griffin,
Emily Ann Holt, Morgan Catherine Harbor, Dominic Doozer Harris, William A. Harris, Cullen Michael Harity, Joseph Wells Hart, Charles Theodore Hockey, Devin Elizabeth Henderson, Jacqueline Michelle Henderson, Irene Abigail Hernandez Sosa, Anna Hogue-Pellerin, Robert Prescott Hummel, Benjamin Hogue-Pellerin, Rachel Noel Hojnacki, Vivian Hollenbeck, Christian Howell, Jacob T. Howley, Eleni Herstroftrue, Grace Herf, Maggie Ann Hurley, Joseph Icono III, Joseph R. Ilvento, Annalise Iman,
Gianna Sophia Imperial, Rex Jacobs, Alyssa Jarecki, Nora K. Jedwabny, Sophia Marie Giuliano, Quinn Green Kalinowski, Corey Kane, Adriana Danielle Carafin, Alessandra Taylor Carafin, Joseph Andreas Kier, Brianna Lynn Kelly, Alice J. Kent, Nola Mary Kerfoot, Faith Kim. William Junho Kim. Sage Neela Knob. Elias Den Knoll. Emily Noel Kachansky. Brady Kontowitz. Leo Kotler. Brandon Anthony Krug. Elizabeth Ann Kuzniak. Antoinette Curtatis. Philip Michael Lambert.
Christopher Kent LaRosa. Michaela C. Lash. Maya Lacates. Giovanni Barrett Leonardi. Julian F. Leska. Ryan Michael Lynn. Blake A. Livingston. Noah Riley Loftus. Noah Gregory Logan. Mason C. Long. Benjamin Longshaw. John K. Lubin. Ashley Victoria Lupa. Katie Lutz. Alexander Liu. Catherine Rose Lyons. William Anderson Lyons. Elizabeth Majewski. Abigail Mabel Mail. Clark Christopher Mangan. Rosalinda Minguel. Edward Joseph Marquardt III. Cole Robert Marshall. Sakura Hirayama Martin.
Brittany Marie Mason. Evan Thomas Masso. Eva Abigail Matisik. Robin Marcus Meyerhofer. Ariana A. Mazare. Reese Marie McCaffrey. Oh my God, I said it wrong.
It's okay.
Swede McCaffrey. Cole Byron McCarthy. Sean McFadden. Jack Trent McKenna. Jack Michael McKenney. Elizabeth Grace McMullen. James David Meehan. Leah Danielle Malamed. Jack Menching. Madeline Lynn Metzger. Nicholas Mickelwright. Jacob Patrick Miller. Thomas Christopher Miller. Stephen Douglas Milliner. Veronica Leah Moffitt. Sami Salah Mohammed Omar Uthman Isa Ahmed Mohajib. Kayla C. Montez. Mackenzie Joy Moon.
Riley Richard Morris. Brooke Ann Mosley. Hannah Lee Mulhern. Grace Ryan Munson. Janica Lynn Natalini. Gabriella Anna Negron. Kaylee L. Neubauer. Jake Liam Newsome. Thomas R. Nichols. Ava Cassidy Nix. Kateri Grace Nolan. Daniel Patrick Nugent. Robert Michael Knoll. Taylor Hope O'Brien. Kayla O'Rourke. Anthony John Orphanis. Matthew James Panter. Sophia Lynn Pearson. Edward T. Pemberthy. Kayla L. Perchie. Frank Matthew Peterson. Andrew W. Pettit. Sydney Mary Petruska. Faith Pettit.
Sarah Jessica Pierce. Matthew Andrew Pearson. Nola E. Podolsky. Olivia E. Pahupka. Joshua Jeffrey Pollock. Ava Sophia Marie Pope. Joshua Emerson Posner. Kingston Lewis Potter. Divya Hadavidan Prajapati. Riley J. Pratt. John Dominic Percapis III. Andrew David Prohl. Brianna Barbara Leanne Prusky. Lily Quinn Perfield. Andrew Daniel Ra. Colin Rangnow. Evan Scott Rasmussen. Marissa Ann Reichelt. Shay Michael Riley. Adam Jeffrey Reynolds. Naisa Rice Smiley. Lindsay A. Risser. Laura Ritchie. Chase Cameron Roberts.
John A. Robinson. Justin Christopher Robinson. Elias M. Rodriguez. Graciana Lee Rogers. Amadeo Rufino. Era Mary Rupert. Sadie Eileen Rupert. Finn Ryan. Riley Matthew Sadusky. Evan Gregory Safko. Aiden Santamaria. Jacob Santamaria. Dominic Anthony Santiago. Jason Andrew Sevilla. Gianna Lovely Shepis. Megan E. Schmidlin. Max E. Schreiber. Aubrey Iris Schutz. Ethan Samuel Scott. Aiden Michael Scully. Ryan Matthew Scully. Kevin William Seltzer. Ashlyn Marie Sarah. Ireland Faith Sevening.
Kyle James Schaefer. Ashton Sharp. Grace Regina Shea. Luke Joseph Sherlock. Angela Sadahi Silva. Oliver Sims. Sean Patrick Sapira. Gianna E. Samarito. Sierra Lynn Smick. Asher L. Smith. Noah James Stapleton. Anna Jane Stouse. Jake Patrick Steelman. Kale David Steelow. Emma Reese Stover. Eric Sullivan. Rhiannon Sullivan. Jacob Jose Tavares. Andrew R. Tennant. Julia Grace Tepes. Jake T. Thomas. Noel Keith Thomas. Sydney Brianna Thomas. Sai Preethi Thoughtum.
Sean T. Takazuski. Dylan Tapazulu. Sophia Iris Torres. Faith Paige Toy. Jocelyn Patience Toy. Dylan Brian Trapp. Braden Trich. Ella Carmen Elizabeth Truitt. Parker T. Treskowka. Ava Tucci. Kayla Rose Ulrichsen. Kevin Bruce Ulrichsen. Kellen Urban. Melinda Rose Velasic. Raphael E. Vall. Sophia Alexandra Vassallo. Brooke Allison Vasta. Elizabeth Grace Vigorita. Aiden Michael Vitelli. Gavin Chase Waraska. Alexander Warren. Sean P. Wineland. Jorian Tashawn Westner. Graham William West.
Mason Alexander Whitaker. Kira Renee White. Madison E. White. Luke A. Whitmore. Daniel Roland Williams. Gabriel Edward Wilson. Jude Regis Wilson. Connor Winters. Allison Wolf. McGuire Allen Wolson. Sage Alexandria Warsdell. Carly Rose Wyatt. Yan Yao. Alex Kenneth Yoshida. Christopher James Zizamia.
Congratulations, class of 2025. I would now like to call Senior Class President Amelia Franken back to the podium with Student Council President Sakiah Horsley to lead us in the passing of the flag.
Thank you, Casey. Before we begin the tassel ceremony, I would like to continue a tradition that began a few years ago. As senior class president, along with Sakiah Horsley, student council president, we would like to take the opportunity to pass on the senior flags to the class of 2026. This is our formal way of passing the torches to the senior leaders of next year. I would like to invite Julia Pullen, class of 2026 senior class president, and Colin McGarrigle, class of 2026 student council president, to the podium.
By passing these flags, we, the seniors, give our full confidence in the ability of the class of 2026 to continue to move Shawnee in their own direction. We hope that you will continue to encourage school spirit, be upstanders, and promote student involvement at Shawnee.
All right. My final duty as Shawnee High School's senior class president is to lead you in the traditional tassel ceremony. Will Shawnee High School's class of 2025 please rise? Are we ready? At this time, please move your tassels from right to left. It is now my honor to graduate the class of 2025. Congratulations!